Experimenting with liquids. You will need to find 3 items from your house that can hold liquid. It's important to inspect the items to make sure there are no little holes, because if there is, this experiment won't work. Check with an adult before putting any liquids in these items. Wash all items before doing the experiment. Next, pick 3 different liquids that have been approved by an adult and put them in your containers. Place your containers in a pan and then place in the freezer. Close freezer and let sit until frozen. After enough time has passed and your liquids have frozen, you need to remove them from the freezer. Give them a chance to sit and defrost a little, because our next task is to remove the frozen liquids from their containers. Once you are able to remove the frozen liquid from your containers, your job is to take a picture of each of your frozen liquids, and then you need to think about what they look like, what they feel like, and ask an adult if it's okay to see what they taste like. And you need to document what you have found. You can do a video, you can do pictures with words, but it will need to go onto the Seesaw website, all of your different observations of your frozen liquids. Don't forget to label what kind of container you used and what kind of liquid you used. That will help us in our comparing and our contrasting, as well as our observations about what happens when we freeze liquids in different types of containers. All right, so for this lesson, the expectation is that students would visit the lesson page and they would go through the experiment. Then they would pop over to student activities, providing they have access to the technology at home. They would access our Seesaw class space and then proceed to add their findings from said experiment. So this student has already chosen to do one drawing of one of their items in the experiment from this lesson. Then the expectation is that they would add forms in whatever variety they choose. And that would be dependent on what sort of things they have available to them. And in this instance, they could be adding a caption, adding captions to their items. And then additionally, they could add a note, a video, or whatever worked for them, or they could be bringing back a written copy of what they were able to produce at home, at which point they could access the devices at school, or they could just share in person, face-to-face at school. So there are multiple different ways that students can be sharing their learning online and through the Seesaw space. And that would be the expectation for this lesson, and then we would have a chance to go through some of our different peers' postings and see what they were able to freeze and what observations they made about the frozen liquid.